Europa League predictions, quarterfinals.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions for the round of 8 in the Europa League. As always, there are timestamps down in the descriptions and you can use the chapters feature on the YouTube video itself. That is if you want to skip ahead to certain games, but I would never recommend you doing that. Just strap yourselves in and watch the whole darn video. As I said, we're down to 8 teams. We're in Germany. It's a one-leg shootout. We've got some belting ties starting with this first match.
Inter Milan versus Bayer 0-4 Leverkusen.
As I say, when you get to this stage of the tournament, you do get some quality ties, and this is absolutely one of them. Inter Milan got through. They had a one-leg shootout in the last round against Getafe. Really good game, actually. Very end-to-end. Getafe certainly had their moments. Inter Milan just showed their quality when they need to. Certainly saw the best and worst in Lukaku in this game. The goal was outstanding. Great run in behind. Showed his strength. He outmuscled the defender, and the finish was fantastic. And then in the second half, he had an easier chance where he got his feet all muddled up and scuffed it wide. So certainly you saw a lot of what you saw when he played for Man United, Thomas. But yeah, Eriksen came on. I think he scored with his first touch, and it was just that little bit more class you saw in this Inter Milan side. But Getafe was certainly probably a more difficult prospect than they were expecting. But they got through it, and that's all that matters. This one should be another good one. I'm sticking with Milan in this one because I really want to see an Inter Milan-Man United final. And so I think Inter Milan will win, and I think Inter Milan will win 2-1.
Ian, you are absolutely nuts. We all know this Bayer 0-4 Leverkusen team are the greatest team to ever come out of Germany. It's been proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Kai Havertz is the second coming of, oh God, I don't
Moses.
know. There you go.
Victor Moses.
Isn't he at Inter Milan now?
Probably. They've got probably every they got basically every one of their players is a Premier League castaway.
Yeah, it's true though. Bayern really good in their game. They beat Rangers 1-0, toyed with them for most of it. Kai Havertz missed an absolute hatful of chances. I think he might have hit the post at one point as well. And Diaby ended up getting the winner, and it was a good goal. But much earlier on, he just smashed the volley high and wide, like out of the stadium high and wide. So it was a classic Bayer performance, and I think they're going to do it against the Inter Milan. I think they're going to win 1-0.
Shakhtar Donetsk versus FC Basel.
So FC Basel came out against Eintracht Frankfurt and beat them 1-0. I think we both kind of expected to see more from Frankfurt, but Basel just kind of handled them and got a goal late on. They were up 3-0 from the first leg, so the comeback was never really on.
It was almost like Frankfurt gave it a really good go out the gate, and then it was like, oh, it can't be bothered now.
I can't quite reach it. It just won't go that far. But yes, FC Basel went past Frankfurt, and they've got Shakhtar Donetsk, who were really impressive in their match. And I am not confident for FC Basel, but I'm pretty sure their supporters will get really mad at me for this, but I hope you don't. I think Shakhtar are going to win this 2-0.
Yeah, I also think Shakhtar are going to win this. I'm going to back your score. Actually, I'm going to go one more, and I think they're going to win by the same score they beat Wolfsburg by. I'm going for a 3-0 Shakhtar the next win. They were excellent in this game against Wolfsburg, but it looked like they weren't going to get any goals, considering how well they played, and they waited till virtually the last few minutes of the game, where they ended up getting 3. It was a strange one in the second. I mean, it was a game Shakhtar Donetsk really controlled, and their lead scorer, Moraes, he could have made it a lot easier night for them. He missed a hatful of chances until he finally got 2 goals at the end. But really weird VAR decision in it. As always, player goes through for Wolfsburg, gets brought down, referee gives a penalty. So obviously the guy who gave away the foul didn't get a red card. Then VAR decided the foul was outside the box. And because it was outside the box, he was last man, and the guy for Shakhtar Donetsk got sent off. So craziness. But it didn't matter because John Brooks decided 3 minutes later that he would even it up, make it 10 against 10 and pick up his second booking for literally siving a guy around the knees. And so it ended up, as we say, Wolfsburg like to shoot themselves in the foot, exactly what they did. But this Shakhtar Donetsk side is dangerous, and I think they'll be too strong for Basel, and they'll be a handful for any side in this tournament. But Shakhtar to win 3-0.
Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Sevilla.
I think we both want to talk about Wolves, Tom, but I will leave them for you, and I'll just say Sevilla. I think Sevilla probably pulled off the shock of the round. I think we both had the Romanians to beat them, and Sevilla did a job. It was a very flat performance from Roma. Sevilla were much better. They were excellent, in fact, and fully deserved the win. We forgot that Chris Smalling wasn't actually playing for Roma because he hasn't extended his loan. They wouldn't cough up the pennies to extend it, and they're probably ruining that fact now. And it just shows you Sevilla, they finished the season really strongly, and they've carried on their form into the Champions League. I think we both really want Wolves to get through in this one, don't we? So we're pulling for Wolves. Sorry, any Sevilla fans that watch this, but I'm going for the Wolves of Wolverhampton to be dragged through by the Spirit, and I'm going for a squeaky 2-1 Wolves win.
Ian, I'm going to talk to you about a really exciting match that somehow only ended 1-0. Wolves beat Olympiacos in the last round 1-0, but it was anything from easy for them. They got a goal really early. Podence ran through to close down the goalkeeper, who took a terrible touch, and Podence just got in front of him. He floored him.
I think he was their backup keeper as well, so it was like not a good showing for him.
Not what he needed. And Jimenez had a really easy penalty, put him the wrong way. But it was not all Wolves, and Olympiacos challenged many times. I think their young left back made a couple good runs, dragged a really good save out of Rui Patricio, and then they scored what looked like a goal, and it was offside, I think, possibly by like a centimeter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were really good, and credit to, I think your name was Antonis. You commented all over our video with how good you thought Olympiacos were, and they were really good. They worked really hard. They had a great team spirit, and if they had gone through, they'd have deserved it. But Wolves are through. I think we both want them to go through in this as well. 2-1 to Wolverhampton?
Yeah, just to say on that point as well, I remember you did actually say in the last video how much like Olympiacos when they played Arsenal, it was a never say die spirit, and they really showed that. And they pushed Wolves all the way to the point where Patricio needed to be at his best right at the end to make a save to make sure Wolves scrape through. But come on, Wolves!
Up the Wolves.
Okay, everybody, you've sat through 3 out of the 4 appetizers, but now it's what you've all been waiting for. It's time for the main event.
Manchester United versus FC Copenhagen.
Well, whose palms have Manchester United been greasing in UEFA to get this nice and easy plum quarter final, or round of 8 tie, depending on how you want to say it. But before I go into all of that, to tell you more about Manchester United's fantastic win against Lask is resident expert and Manchester United fan, Thomas Pickering.
So United beat Lask, which was not too surprising, 2-1, but it was anything but easy for them. They put in pretty much their entire reserve team outside of Harry Maguire, who apparently has to contractually play every minute of every game. He's the club captain, mate. Like, he's just got to constantly play no matter what. You get a broken leg, he'd still be going. But like,
Fosu Smalling back in.
I actually could. Could they? No, he played in
Probably not. He's not registered, probably.
Fosu Mensah started and was replaced by Mengi. Chong came in. Pereira came in. It was very much young guys giving everyone a chance. Mata had a really good game. Martial came on near the end. But Lingard got a goal finally, which was one of the most shocking things on earth, which actually worries me a little bit.
He's banging form now, Jesse.
Yeah, with 1 game.
Hey, against Leicester as well. Get in that contract. Get in that contract.
5 years, 400 grand a week. So United were definitely better than that. I think they'll be licking their lips getting to play FC Copenhagen, who I'm sure Copenhagen fans, again, you're not going to like me, but look like one of the weaker teams in this. I expect Man United to put Pogba in, Fernandes in, etc. They've had a little break now. And I expect United to win this 3-1.
Yeah, it absolutely did not matter. It did not matter against this last side. It didn't matter if they would have lost that game 3-0. Who would have cared? They still would have gone through, but I'm sure the media still would have dug the knives into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if they would have done. But they didn't, and they won. But Copenhagen did have an impressive win. Both of us didn't back them to beat Istanbul Başak here. But they went out and beat them by 3-0. Yeah. We talked about Jonas Wind being an exciting player, and he had an excellent game. Scored a great goal to start with, showed good bravery to get in on the end of a cross Again, good courage to step up and take a penalty at a crunch time in the game too. Falk Jensen, he had a good game too, and he scored the third goal. And it was a very end-to-end game. Both sides played well. Copenhagen were just a little bit more clinical. You really felt Istanbul were very, very erratic. You felt that the longer the game went on, the more stressed they got and fretted, and Copenhagen ran out quite comfortable winners. Yet Man United are just a step up in quality, and therefore I also see them winning. I think Copenhagen will get 1, but Man United will get 3. 3-1, Man U.
I think all that's left to do now, Ian, is to thank all of our lovely listeners for subscribing, listening to this, and putting their predictions in. Please put your predictions below. Really appreciate that. And just to shout out some of the people that commented on our video. So Debayan Kundu said that he really liked it if we could give like a best possible match. And that's actually something we probably will look at doing. So thank you. Shane O'Donnell, as always, giving his predictions. Antonis, 220. Well done. You defended Olympiacos to the death, and they were pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Alpha 05. They are out now. Thank you for saying great video. Sam H disagreed with me about Igalo's big goal being goal of the season. It was. Yeah. Thank you for your predictions. TS7 Spider, Killian Sanglier, Ethan Hawkins with predictions as well. Robert Allen, thank you as always. Thank you to all of you guys for doing this. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the round of 4.